about Pakistan then? They've not had the Asia Cup that they necessarily wanted. They've got some injury concerns to some of their senior bowlers, their potent bowlers. They haven't named their World Cup squad, so we're going to show you what they've done for the Asia Cup. Where are they at?
Well, it depends how those three seamers are. I mean, Shaheen Shah Afridi is fit at the moment, but Haris Rauf in the previous Asia Cup game got injured. Nazim Shah, they say, may not be ready for the first game of the World Cup. That is a seriously potent bowling attack in those three seamers in particular. You know, bowlers, as Eoin Morgan has found out, as various captains, if you don't take wickets, the run rate's just going to go away from you. It's going to go through the roof. So wicket takers in there, they've always had. They've got the #1 ranked batter in Babar Azam. We know what he can do. Fakhar Zaman has been a bit out of nick recently, but he's top draw at the top of the order. Mohammad Rizwan with Babar is that sort of regulation run getter that goes through the whole innings and gets a lot of runs. One thing they've lacked, which is unusual for Pakistan, is their spinners are a little bit out of form. Shadab Khan hasn't been that good recently, so in a World Cup in India, you want that, you know, threat from your spin. But one thing with Pakistan is they are a big, a little bit like New Zealand, they are a big ICC event tournament side. They can be awful and then suddenly they can go on a roll. They are that sort of nation, they're that sort of cricketing side, because that's how their cricketers are. They are mercurial. One day they'll be very low, next day they'll be outstanding. Their first game, I think, is Netherlands, which is a bit of a, you know, you don't take the Netherlands lightly. You know, Pakistan of old, that was a classic game they would lose. So in this World Cup with Afghanistan and Netherlands, there are no easy games. Make sure you're switched on right from the first game.
Are they dynamic enough with the bats? We always look at the Pakistan batting lineup, and you look at what they did the other evening in terms of the toss against India. We always look at Babar and Rizwan. Have they got enough oomph for this World Cup?
I certainly think they have enough oomph. It's whether we see it in big moments throughout the tournament, and again, that comes from outside noise. You know, there's no surprise that in a big game that one side or the other in the biggest game in cricket has retreated a little bit, and that'll be a learning curve for them, and it certainly should be used in that vein. So close to a World Cup, that should be almost a point where it's like, right, we're not doing that again. We're not going back to the way that we played in Sri Lanka. It's a case of moving things forward. My biggest concern for Pakistan, Nasir already alluded to, is the fitness of their seamers. I think Shadab does a good enough job with his wrist spin. In ICC trophies, he always comes out of it as a batter who bowls. The fitness levels of Fahim Ashraf, you know, all-rounding ability to contribute at 7-8 is important as well, because it's not always your top order who score the runs. It's the guys that balance the side, that make that team feel comfortable enough to play the method that they want to play and maybe take on a bit of risk as well.